And for more on what all this means for the war and, of course, the fate of the people in Ukraine, we turn now to former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, William Taylor. Ambassador, welcome back. Good morning.
Thank you, Hena. It's good to be here.
We know Zelenskyy wants Tomahawk missiles. Trump has not agreed, at least yet. Whether it happens or not, do you think Zelenskyy was able to get the support he was looking for from President Trump?
Well, as Maddie just said, it's not ruled out, the Tomahawk provision. But the goal, of course, Tomahawk is a means to an end. And the end, the goal, is to have Putin stop the war, stop the fighting. And that's still very much on the table. The Tomahawks are still on the table, as President Zelenskyy said. President Trump has not ruled them out. He didn't approve them yesterday, but he hasn't ruled them out. And that gives President Trump leverage over Putin as they get ready for this meeting in Bucharest.
We heard Trump say he thinks Putin wants to end the war, even if Zelenskyy is not as optimistic. I joke with Maddie that it seems like a little bit of deja vu. Ambassador, what do you believe has changed since the Alaska summit? We remember the video of both of them looking very friendly. What did it take to convince Putin this time around, and can we really trust him?
Your question answers itself, and we cannot trust Putin. There's no doubt. And you're right. What happened in Alaska was a disappointment for the Ukrainians and, frankly, for the Americans. President Putin demonstrated by his request for that meeting in Alaska and his request for the phone call yesterday that he's worried. President Putin is worried. He's worried about sanctions, and he got those sanctions postponed in Alaska. He's worried about Tomahawks, and he was able to delay a decision on Tomahawks with that phone call this week. So Putin is really worried, and he has not let up at all on the bombardment of Ukraine. So they're looking forward to this meeting in Budapest, in Hungary, where President Trump can use the leverage that he's still got, which is a lot, both on the economic side and on the military side.
Ambassador, you are well-versed in most when it comes to Putin's efforts to regain control of Ukraine. They date back to 2004. You were the U.S. ambassador starting in 2006. Trump has said it's time to end the war. He said that even when he was running for office. Given your experience, will Putin fully give up on his 20-year endeavor? And if not, where do you think things are going?
Hena, you're exactly right. Putin will not give up on a 20-year endeavor to dominate Ukraine. He's made it very clear what his goal is. His goal is to eliminate Ukraine. He doesn't think Ukraine actually exists. It's really just a part of Russia, as far as he's concerned, which is what motivates his aggression. So where does this go? This only goes to where Ukraine has a security guarantee, has a stop of the fighting, a security guarantee that means that the Russians can't invade again. That security guarantee is coming from the Europeans with American support. That's what it has to happen. And then Ukraine can go about developing its economy, its democracy, joining the European Union, and eventually joining NATO.
You are the Vice President of Europe and Russia at the U.S. Institute of Peace. Ambassador, what does Trump need to do to make Putin agree to peace when they meet in Budapest in just a few days?
Two things, Hena, three, really. One is to continue to demonstrate to the world, including to the Ukrainians and to the Russians, that we're going to be supporting the Ukrainians militarily. We've talked about the Tomahawk. That's not the only thing. It's continued support for the Ukrainian military. The second is the sanctions that President Trump's talking about, and he's got strong support in the Senate and in the Congress for putting sanctions on the Russians. The other thing, the big thing will be there are frozen assets, Russian frozen assets, 300 billion, which can fund the Ukrainians for the next 3 years. And that's what it's going to take to convince Putin that he can't wait us out.
Trump was asked on Friday if he has concerns Putin is trying to buy more time. Trump said he's been played by the best of them, but he added, quote, that he's pretty good at negotiations. Ambassador, talk about whether you believe Putin is playing Trump this time around.
I think there's no doubt he's playing. I think the president's right to say he's been played by a lot of people, and Putin is a master at playing him. It's clear from what we just talked about in Alaska. It's clear from the discussion this week that Putin is playing for time.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.